um so this is the function, this is the program, the code, Python code on Blender to create the Sierpinski triangle. So Sierpinski triangle is basically just a couple of triangles put together. Like I think I'm going to run this code and then we see how it will look like. So we go to text and then I think I should save it as a modified Python, because I was modifying the triangles all the time. So this is the run script. No, okay, let me. So we are going to open a 3D video point. So this is what we get when we run it. Now yeah, so this is what we get. So if we run it again, like assuming we run it again, we're going to get different colors. Like now we have pink, cause okay, I'll explain. And then if you run it again, you're going to get a different color. Yeah, so this is the Sierpinski triangle, and it's, you see, it's like 1 2 3 triangles in one, a bigger triangle, and then a bigger triangle, and then a third triangle. Here is supposed to be, when you're doing this, it comes out as 1 2 3, just like here, and then here is the same thing, 1 2 3. So in the code now, we imported I imported the Blender Py, as in this is the Python used in Blender. It's a library that is existing in Blender. And then there's the Blender Mesh. Blender Mesh is actually this one. Is this the interface that is used to show the output? It's called a mesh. So this is the Blender Mesh. And then we're importing random. I imported random. Random is a library in Python. Yeah, I used it so that I can generate this random colors. So the first function I used is to recursively create the Sierpinski triangle. So I defined the Sierpinski triangle, and it takes two parameters. The function creates Sierpinski triangles, and it's taking two parameters, vertices and depth. So it goes on, if depth equals to 0, it returns all this. So it divided the triangle into 3 smaller triangles, like I said, 1 2 3, and then you create the faces for each triangle, and then recursively create the smaller triangles. So it's going to create 1, and then it's going to create 1, and then it's going to create this one, this one, this one. That's how it's going to create. So now you come to clear existing objects in the scene. So like if you're clearing the existing objects in the scene, and then you create the new mesh. Now it's creating this whole interface, so that where the triangles are going to be created on. So then you define the mesh, and then you define the object. So the object is the Sierpinski being drawn on the mesh. So and then you link the object to the scene, and then set up the mesh. So we set up the mesh with the mesh.new. So this is a new mesh, and then from mesh we draw the name. So now we define the initial vertices of the triangle, like so it's v1 v2, which are already defined here. So we create the triangle, where the triangle, like here when we was creating the function to recursively create, we say the function is this one that is create Sierpinski triangle, and it takes two parameters, vertices and depth. So now the parameters I mean v1 v2 v3. This is v1 v2 v3, and the depth is 4. So and then now assign random colors to each triangle. So that's why I imported the library random. So I use random to generate different colors, and then I updated the mesh and the mesh, the Blender mesh. So it's updated, and then this is used to set the viewpoint shading to material. Yeah, so that's how I used to create the mesh, I mean the Sierpinski triangle using Blender. And now we are going to show the clipping part of it, like using this one. So if I have a clipping.py. This is where I used to create the clipping using the Greiner-hormann algorithm. So the same thing we imported. So now if you run this, So if we say we run the script, it's running. Yeah. So now if you run the clip, this is what was happening. Like from the initial Sierpinski, it has clipped all using the polygons, and it has come to clipped to form a triangle. And so now we define the clip Sierpinski triangle, the clip polygon, and subject polygon. Clip, then the B mesh, and then the subject perform the Greiner clipping algorithm. So intersection equals to, it calculates the loop pairs, which is takes the parameters of the subject, and then the results vertices are put inside the list of the array. So for edge in intersection, if edge equals 0, is not none. So and then now we create a new mesh to show the clipped part. So results mesh, the new mesh, equals to the clipped triangle. Yeah, and then we create a B mesh for the results and add the vertices, and then we create a new face using the vertices, update the result mesh, and then clear existing objects in the scene. Yeah, create the original Sierpinski triangle, and then we use there to define the vertices of the original triangle, and then you create the original triangle. This is the original triangle now. So create the clip polygon, yeah, and then you define the vertices, and then you create the clipping polygon, update the clipping mesh, clip the now here this is where we are clipping the Sierpinski triangle. This is all used to define the function, the algorithm of the clipping of Greiner-hormann algorithm that is used to clip the Sierpinski triangle. So now here, as we define the function as clip Sierpinski triangle, and it's taking the clip polygon and the subject polygon. So the clip polygon is going to be the mesh, and then the Sierpinski mesh is going to, the one that we showed earlier, is going to be the parameter that you use to be clipped. Now the Sierpinski triangle, and then you set the viewpoint shading to material, and then this is how you shade how you set the viewpoint into the material. And that was it. That was the other previous code was used to. That was how we create the Sierpinski triangle, and now this is how we perform the clipping using the Greiner-hormann algorithm. Yeah, thank you.